So Watford 2, Arsenal 3, and that got a little bit nervy towards the end, Kenny Ken. What did you make of that, mate?
Let me tell you something now. Like, don't worry too much. I thought the scoreline flattered Watford. You know, like all the quality throughout every position. You know, in terms of attacking, midfield, defending, came from us. Didn't really come from Watford. You know, they scored a worldie for their equaliser. And, they scored the second goal for Sissoko when we were a bit lackadaisical at the back. But apart from that, there was some really, really good performances from our players. First and foremost, I must say that it was a good response when Watford's got it a welding, where they were on top. You know, I ain't going to lie. First half, Kieran Tierney left a lot to be decided down the left-hand side. He struggled a lot. There was a lot of overlaps, where they'll play in the overlap and then they'll get into our box. So in that respect, there was a bit of concern. But we scored our goals at the right times. Odegaard scored a very, very good well go. Saka won the ball back first. He wins the ball back. Then we get in the attack and he's there to finish it. And, Martinelli scored at the right time. So, in terms of like the performance and, players that, we've been critical of and we wanted a bit more from them, turn up today, Odegaard, I thought, played fantastic today. Saka is, for many people, got the man in the match. So I thought Benjamin White in defence looked really, really strong. And he for someone who looks like a choir boy and looks like a Milky Bar kid, he's a dirty little. I won't use it because there's parents who let their kids watch the channel. So I won't use the last word. But yeah, he's got that ambulance is about to knock me over. So I'm just going over to the bit of the road. Ambulance, watch what you're doing, mate. Anyway.
But yeah, no, I'll make you right, mate. That first 13 seconds, they obviously got the goal that was disallowed. I thought defensively we were woeful at times today. Gabriel, that was one of his worst performances I've seen him have today. I thought he was shocking.
I agree with you on that.
But the good side, Odegaard was brilliant today. Saka was brilliant today. Thomas Partey again was brilliant today. And then three were superb. The rest of them, I don't know. The rest of them, I just thought.
I think Sajid Sari in the second half was very solid and very, very, very strong. But I see where you're coming from because obviously you don't want to look too far, and I encourage Arsenal fans not to do that as well. I just say take one game at a time, and then this is a future podcast. It's kind of an end of season review and probably like periodical podcasts in the summer where we have further discussions where we want to take the team forward. But in terms of like what we had in front of us, I thought it was like a very, very good performance. First and foremost, I want to apologise to our viewers and also want to apologise to our away fans because I thought our away fans today were phenomenal. Anyone who has a bad word to say about our away support, man, come and see me because today they were fantastic. They were fantastic. They got behind every player. Lacazette, they gave him, every kind of encouragement, got behind him, picked him up when, some people thought he was struggling, probably didn't do what we wanted him to do. But he got a lot of encouragement. And, I've got to say, I've got to say, that was our away support. If anyone's going to take us to the top four, I think it's going to be our away support, especially in like the tricky games, like Palace away, Villa away, and games like Southampton away. I think the away support will get us over the line if the players are struggling.
100%, mate. Let's talk about the quality of all the goals today because the first goal was a great goal. Cedric into Odegaard, a back flick to Saka, back to Odegaard. But their equaliser, I mean, that was just ridiculous.
Beautiful play.
And then Saka's goal, superb. Martinelli's goal, superb. Even Sissoko's goal, I know it was poor defending from Ben White, but all five of them goals are contender for goal of the month.
And that's the thing. It was like one of those games where, you have to, even as much as I was annoyed by Watford's equaliser, I just thought, okay, you know what I mean? But I think the litmus test was that this game was going to be quite an attacking game and quite an enjoyable game for the neutrals when, just the first few seconds when Watford had a goal disallowed and I thought, we're a bit lackadaisical. And obviously we had our hearts in our mouths, but it was that kind of game where, there was going to be loads of goals in this game. I was actually said to, Dan Potts' dad in front of me. I said, right, when we went 2-0, I said, right, this is going to be a high-scoring game. I joked 5-4. But, yeah, our first goal went beautiful play. And then, I think what I liked about our equaliser is the fact that Watford were on the attack. They're on top because they got the 1-1. They still were, getting down our right-hand side, getting the overlaps and getting there easily. And they looked on top. But when Saka won the ball back, robbed their midfield and then made sure that he got on the end of the hold-up play by lack of setting and put wrong foots, Foster. That's when I thought we took control in the game, and I thought, I would have liked us to get, like a third goal. But Martinelli's goal again, it's all about hold-up play. It's all about interchange. Odegaard getting the ball being held up, and he just picking his spot. Because when you hold the ball up and you screen the goalkeeper, and he doesn't know what you're going to do. It was like an excellent finish by Martinelli because again, he worked his way into this game. At first, you could arguably say that when Tierney was struggling down, when Watford were very potent down the right hand side, he didn't really help Tierney too much because like I said, Tierney should have had, shouldn't have been overlapped like that on a continual basis. And I think it kind of improves in the second half. But you're right, if we're having a March goal in the month on match of day, I think there'll be 4 or 5 goals out of the game today, which is going to be candidates for that.
Yeah, 100%. When Hernandez equalised, mate, I just sat there and clapped. I was like, that was unbelievable. What a finish! And the thing is, to do that and pull it off. Yeah, I was a bit upset when I see the replay because we had Cedric, Ben White, and Gabriel all standing ball watching. But then when you see the technique of that guy, you just have to say, "What a goal!" Like, what a goal!
It's the only thing he would have been able to do because the ball went behind him, but he had the sort of like technique to do that. And I think that's when you kind of worried. Watford were playing really well. Sissoko was coming into the game. He was like recognising that we were struggling down the left-hand side. But, one thing about football is about timing. And getting that, second goal from Saka kind of wrestled back control of their game. But, it's little things like winning the ball back. They're trying to build an attack. Saka robs their midfield. And then what's happening is that it gets us back into the control of the game. And I think that's what you do sometimes. When you do play teams that are struggling, you score at the right times. You kind of, how do I say it? You put a kind of a pin in the balloon and let the air out. And I think that's what we did when we scored those goals. When Watford were feeling a bit of confidence, that we kind of let the air out of their tyres. Yeah. And then obviously towards the end, probably even when they got their equaliser, the fact that we brought on Rob Holding as well is another example of us, kind of like letting the air out of the tyres. You know what I mean? Because we knew Ben Foster was going to go long, and he went long, and he played into our hands, really. You know what I mean?
100%. Listen, get yourself home safe, Kenny. We do player ratings in about an hour and a half or so, yeah? About an hour.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. What we do, because what we want to do is that, I've got to go. Anyway, we'll talk to our stage. Anyway, first and foremost, remember one thing, our away fans, carry on doing what you're doing, drag us over the line. I know the atmosphere of the Emirates is kind of a bit like something out of countdown, but the away support, we got some big games away from home. We've got a big back, like I said, get these guys over the line because then they need a bit of support, you know what I mean?
100%. Well said, mate. And I'll see you soon. I'll text you when we're ready for player ratings, yeah? Top man.
Definitely.
See you, mate. Bye, mate.